I received an email from Liam, and he wanted to know what was an easy way to evaluate if he's having a reaction to food. When we look at the subject of food sensitivities, there's a real easy way for you to evaluate it. When you get done eating something, what I would encourage you to do is write down what you ate at what time, approximately how much, and then evaluate your mental alertness 15 to 20 minutes later. Are you finding that you got that foggy head? You're starting to feel sleepy, falling asleep at your desk, falling asleep at school. When you have that kind of a reaction 15 to 20 minutes later, you definitely are having a negative reaction to that food. Now, here's the interesting twist. I've had athletes and individuals alike that will eat something that in the textbook environment is deemed as healthy. For example, I have a client that if he eats an apple, he literally falls asleep 15, 20 minutes later. Now, textbook would tell you that there's nothing wrong with an apple. It's quite healthy, high in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. You're exactly right. Unfortunately for this client, he has a negative reaction when he eats particularly red apples. The only way to know if you have a sensitivity to it is document what you've eaten, see how you feel mentally, what kind of energy levels do you have, what kind of mental clarity, head fog, sleepiness. It's your own little litmus test. Now, you can use this information if you are struggling to fall asleep. Then you might want to use the foods that make you sleepy, especially when you look at something like an apple that is considered a relatively healthy food by all intents and purposes. If you know that it makes you sleepy and you're having a hard time falling asleep, eat an apple and then try to take a nap. So the other thing to keep in mind when you're looking at food sensitivities, and I can do an entire video on this, white starches, white sugars are almost at an epidemic level in our everyday diets, especially here in America. So if you're looking to test your food sensitivities, what I'd recommend is strip everything that's white in color out of your food group. That'd be white pasta, white rice, cereals, anything that's little, because usually if you take like anything that's white in color, the nutritional component has been stripped off. So if you look at white rice, they've taken the brown husk where the nutrient value is at. That's how and why we get the word enriched rice, is because they take the nutrient value out and then the government requires them to put some pseudo nutrition back into it. When you want to test your sensitivities at the, in my opinion, the most absolute value, take and get all white sugars and all white starches out of your diet, and then add one item per week. Now, you can maybe go one per day, but what you want to do is you want to factor out any possibilities that one day it works, the next day it doesn't. So meet me in the middle. Go at least 2 or 3 days. Here's why. If you strip all the sugars out of your diet and then you add one item, if you have good mental clarity, you're able to finish your workouts nice and strong, you don't feel sleepy throughout the day, then that food item gets to stay in your portfolio of options. If you eat something and 15, 20 minutes later, you're feeling foggy head and sleepy, you know what item needs to be removed. And as you go through this process of adding food items that you enjoy, you're able to figure out, do you have a negative sensitivity to it? The food sensitivities are very important, especially for those of you that are athletic. What you don't want to do is eat an item that's deemed healthy and have it negatively affect your athletic performance. We see this happening at the high levels of academics. We see it at the high level of sports. What ends up happening is people don't pay attention to their food sensitivities and they wonder why reaction time, endurance, mental clarity, hitting your marks, good biomechanics starts to go down the drain. Food sensitivities are something that you definitely need to pay attention to. So Liam, thank you for the question. I want to thank everybody. The number of questions continues to escalate, and that makes us extremely happy here. Our goal is to be able to answer a question a day to eliminate your frustrations. So if you have one and want to send it in, please do so by sending it to contact@coachrobb.com. We'll convert it into a video and we'll get them out. We're going to be posting one every single day until all questions are answered and frustrations are eliminated. So as always, thank you for watching these videos. Spread the news, let people know that we're putting these out. We would greatly appreciate it, and we'll see you again soon.